know. Now we can do it. We can get. Cause I'm gonna be up in here. They're gonna be like, "What is you doing?" I don't know. I just let
Let the rhythm
take me. All right. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Good Vibes podcast. It's your girl, Shantae Lang, a.k.a. Slang. And we are back with another episode. I'm super excited today because I have an amazing guest here with me today. And as always, before I get into introducing our amazing guest that we have on our show today, I want to share with you guys the weekly affirmation for the week. This gives you something to ponder on, to think about through the week as you get through your week and you go through your daily life. So the affirmation we have for the week is, I feel joyful, energetic, and alive. I allow the flow of positive energy to effortlessly move through me. I live a creative, vibrant, and passionate life. And I thought that was perfect for our guest we have today, Miss Paula Jones, who is pure joy. And we have a friend here with us today that I just can't stop wanting to do that. But we'll get into that here shortly. Okay, let's get into this bio because I'm going to read to you guys because I do not want to miss any points. And if I do, ma'am, please correct me and please add because I know it's a lot that you have going on. So, all right. So our guest today is Miss Paula Jones, the author of the book Power for Life. She is a daughter, a sister, an aunt, and a friend. She has gleaned wisdom by traveling the world, meeting and observing people from diverse backgrounds. Equipped with empathy and the ability to connect with people on a deeper level, Paula is gifted to speak life and heal struggling souls with boldness, truth, and love. She has discovered people around the world speak and understand the same language of emotions. They equally experience the beauty of love and the headache of pain. Paula has experienced her share of love and pain in life. These experiences have elevated her spiritually and given her the heart to serve the souls in need. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Well, thank you.
I will say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy spring. We are now in March. It's springtime. The sun is out. My allergies are
feels like
in.
Summer.
It feels like summer already.
Today.
Already. We are in springtime. It is a great time for us in spring to welcome the perfect weather. The plants is in bloom. And like I said, my allergies are kicking in. So
I'm with you on that one.
yes. So tell us, how have you been? Any new exciting things that you've had going on this year?
Life is good. I've had a great year so far. It's 3 months in, but every year I do a vision board party. And on my vision board this year, the big word in bold letter is balance. So I'm trying to find some balance between all the things that I love to do and all the things that I want to do and the things I need to do. So
I love that.
trying to put some no's in my life, put some stops when I need to, trying to rest occasionally, but
I love that. I love the fact that you said balance because we all need to have a work-life balance, a time to balance where we're doing self-care, where we're doing the things that we are passionate about and that we love.
We do.
Which brings me, I can't stop. I got to get to it. I got to get to this.
Get to the Djembe.
I want to get to the Djembe West African drum.
It is.
And that is your life, your passion, your
love
joy.
It. I love it. Like I said, I started playing the drum. I've been playing for about 1.5 years now, so not very long, but I discovered it at a birthday party. I went to a birthday party, a 70th birthday party. It was at a cultural center, and they had a little bit of everything going on. It was super cool. They were doing capoeira. They were dancing. They were hopscotching. They were, you name it, they were doing it. And I was looking around thinking I was kind of a little bit out of circus. It was a little bit a mix between Cirque du Soleil and a family reunion. I mean, it was a beautiful atmosphere.
Okay.
And they had a game night on one side, but at the end of the night, they just kind of moved everybody into the other side of the room, and they were going in a circle, throwing money on the birthday lady, and I could just hear in the background that dun 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 dun, dun. And I was like, okay, what's that? What that is?
Well, you heard the beat, the beat
yeah, and
drew you
it
in.
literally sucked me in. It just like, I remember standing there thinking for a minute, because I'm like, okay, kind of what kind of spell is this? You know, what's really going on?
You got to put you in a trance. You're like, wait a minute, I gotta go see.
Did not serve alcohol or anything at the party, so I'm just like, I know I'm not drunk, but like, I feel something very different. And when them drums got, I just remember closing my eyes and just surrendering to it, and it just was such an amazing feeling. And the girl that I had gone with that night was a poet, and she's like, they do this every Sunday at Pan African Connection. I was like, wait, what? And I've been going every Sunday since.
And that was when? How long ago?
That was July of 2023 or 4? 20? Well, yeah, 3. So, that was in July because it was for her 70th birthday. Yeah. And by November of that year, I started taking a class. So I've been in a class for about a year and a half.
Oh my goodness. So now you're the expert on the djembe drum. You're going to have to teach me, show me like what's the vibe and what's the beats, what like, or do you have your own beat, or do you just work with what comes to you?
Listen, an expert is not. I am a student of the djembe drum. I am a student of the West African rhythm. Like I said, I take classes under Sank Rasa right now on Saturdays, but just the time that I've spent under him, just learning about the West African rhythms, learning about the drum, that most of them are made out of a specific wood, and then the goat skin, and understanding even the build of a drum. Like, this is the spine of a goat, and you can see that's the spine going down the middle, and learning to play on either sides of the spine and where the sound hits. So, there's so much. The drum was originally created as a tool of communication. Like they would use it in the village to communicate different things, birth or death or war or celebrations, you know, because the sound resonates. If you play it outside, it's so beautiful. And it just resonates, you know, so they could play all through the villages and communicate different things to other villages, let people know, send warnings, do whatever. But they did it through different rhythms. And so one of the things that he's very conscious about, my teacher, is the contribution to the culture and understanding not just that we're playing a drum, like we're not, and people love to say beating a drum, and I of course I would have been amongst those, but having an edification and understanding. And he was like, we don't say beat a drum. He said the only thing that gets beat are slaves. Like, but you don't beat a drum. You play a drum like any other instrument. And just some of the things that I've learned under his tutelage, just understanding the importance and the respect and the reverence for what this drum can do. Like, literally the healing powers that it has, the things that it makes you feel when you play it. Like, it makes me happier than any other person on the planet.
And we know that, absolutely. I tell you, the affirmation with pure joy.
Yeah.
When we're looking up in the dictionary, joy is Miss Paula Jones.
It makes
her
me
face
happy.
lights up when you talk about the African drum. Now, you've named it. What's
this? Is Kojo. So I name all of my drums. The first drum that I ever got was, and I assumed that I had names picked out. I was like, my first drum's gonna be Langston Hughes because he's my favorite poet. Woo, woo, woo. But when I got her, she was not a Langston, like she was Zora. Like, so she's Zora Neale Hurston Jones. And so I don't name them before I get them now. I just feel like once I get them, then their names will come to me. But yeah, this is Kojo. Kojo Bay is an author of a book about the djembe revolution here in America, and when they started playing the drums, and how the inception of the drums here in the United States, and it started in New York. And so reading his story, because one of the things that, as we learn the culture of this drum, my teacher is very keen on the African culture and how it plays a part and what it really means. And I remember a lot of times I would sit through class, I'm like, well, okay, I know I'm of African descent, but like sometimes I didn't feel like I completely related. So when I read his book, and it was about the African American contribution to this drum, like the tuning system that's now used worldwide was created by an African American. And so I've read most of the books that have to do with drumming, but that book really kind of spoke to me, just because I felt like for me as an African American and my cultural contributions and the way my life has been shaped and altered, although I know 100% I have African roots, I am African, but understanding how that translates with the experiences that I've had as an African American. And
Absolutely.
so understanding their contribution to this drum and the continued success and the continued building on and the spreading of and the improvement of this drum is very important to me. So when I got coach, I was like, coach with my little African American drum.
And I love the fact that you are giving honor to the culture, the West African culture,
Yes.
for what it means. Like you said, the average person wouldn't understand what this is.
Right.
This is not just something like you said you beat on.
Right.
This is embodies so much more. And you can see that in how you talk about it. We can see that in Coach Joe Go Everywhere with you.
Coach is with me. Coach is with me. Zora is with me. Anytime, I'm hoping that we might have an impromptu drum session, or just in case, you know,
Right.
I have my baby with me as often as I can. We
Wow.
drum a lot. We drum a lot. Like Saturdays, pretty much all day, and then Sunday with drum circle. And we were doing a practice on Monday and then a class on Tuesday. But that's why I said this year I had to find some type of balance. I'm like, okay, figure it out, girl. You got to
Get your balance in.
yeah,
Absolutely.
do a little bit of everything.
So can we talk a little bit about how the Djembe drum, West African and drum called you that day at the birthday party? It called to you.
It literally was an emotional connection. It was literally, I don't even know what took over me again. I remember looking around because this was a room full of artists. And when I say artists, I mean like artists, like face painting, and they, you know, dress in different regalia and different, you know, some people in all white, and they were turning flips. I didn't even know where capoeira was at the time, which is that martial arts dance. Yeah, and they were in the corner turning flips and hopscotching, and I was just like, girl, where am I?
You walked in like, what?
I was like,
It's happening here.
I gotta be a little more open. Like, let's just be open. And then, you know, the people, it was a game night, so we were sitting at the table playing games, but everybody had such a beautiful spirit and such a beautiful vibe. So I'm like, okay, you know, we're having a good time. But like I said, when I walked into that room and they were dun 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 dun, I was just like,
play a little bit of that beat so I can feel it.
just, you know, just in that corner, and they had the big drums, the dooms, and it just kind of took over the whole room. And I remember sitting there kind of just like, what exactly is happening here?
So did you immediately like jump in?
I did not. I didn't play. I just stood in the circle. So they were going around the circle. I don't know if you've been like to an African birthday party or African wedding, how they kind of, the person that they're celebrating is in the middle. And so they were going in a circle, you know, celebrating her and throwing money and that part. And I was just kind of standing in the circle the whole time. I'm looking around. I'm just like, cause what's really actually happening? And I didn't even see the drummers over in the corner. They had a little drum circle in the corner. I didn't see, I just heard it. I just kept hearing something. Then I started feeling something. And I was just like, what this is? And it just felt so amazing. And I remember even in that moment when I finally did just close my eyes, and I was just like, you know what? This is whatever. Wow. And it's like, I felt like I let the drums just have me. And in that moment, I just felt like I was, even in that moment, like completely transported, like completely just gone, lifted away, just gone. And I was like, what is this? And it's like, I could feel myself in an African village. I could like almost feel red dirt under my feet. It was just a crazy, again, I was kind of, you know, I'm thinking what's really happening. Right. But it felt so good. It felt so good. I got in trouble Sunday for like, cause I was playing and I like to close my eyes and zone out a little bit because it's like, I leave. Takes you over. Yeah, it's like I leave.
That spirit moves you.
Yeah, my teacher's like, you gonna play the drum or you go?
You're like, come here, go.
Oh, well, don't play.
That's so amazing to me. I got the chance to visit West Africa many, many years ago. I spent time in the Gambia and Senegal. And I can completely relate to your experience of hearing the African drum. I was in the Gambia and I was in the market. Wow. And I heard some beats. Like I heard something. And so I found my way. Yeah, or it guided me.
Yeah, it'll call you
into this studio. And I remember it was Koto African Dance Studio. And so while I was there, I did get a chance to practice the dance and get immersed in the culture of the dance, and the drums were there and the beat, it just takes you over.
It's something about it. It's the sound waves. I remember initially I was doing so much research. I'm trying to figure out like okay, what exactly is happening. Why does it make me feel this way? And I'm starting looking up, understanding sound hurts and the sound waves and what is affecting and how it's impacting your body. And I'm like, because I'm trying to find an explanation, like
Right.
because how does this contribute
The
to
logical side of you.
Yes,
So there is some. I need to know
some
why
black and
I'm
white.
feeling
Like
this. Yes.
why? How can these drugs have a control over me? And specifically, like when certain people play, like when my teacher played, I just okay. Like he is so gifted, so
It's
gifted.
amazing. So tell me a little bit about the healing powers of this drum, because I know. Have you always been at this place in your life where you've been experiencing pure joy? There's been
No,
times in your life where we've gone through things. We've gone through
Yes.
things in our tough times in our life. Can you
Yes.
tell the viewers a little bit about like some of the tough things and challenges that you've gone through your life that the African djembe drum has helped to heal your spirit?
Just even physically, the Sunday that I first went to drum circle, I had been dealing with a shoulder issue for months, like months and months. I had gone to doctors, gotten MRIs, I was getting chiropractic treatment. Like I don't know what it was and why I couldn't, but I remember the first Sunday I went to drum circle with no intentions of playing. I just wanted to hear it again.
Yeah.
And I didn't know at Pan African they have a whole bunch of drums and everybody can play.
Mhm.
And I remember a girl was like, well, grab a drum. I'm like, I don't know how to play. She said, nobody does. Like, they gonna give lessons, just get one.
Wow.
And I remember after that first day of playing the drum, like my shoulder didn't hurt ever again. Like I was thinking about that today too. I was just like, it completely went away. I can't explain that. But the the emotional part, the healing part of it for me, drums came into my life when I feel like I was kind of finally moving back into a decent place. But prior to that, 2020, like everybody, took such a massive toll, a massive toll on me. I ended up losing my mom in a house fire. I said, had to watch her burnt to death, flesh melted off her bones, arms being chopped off. And then we got stuck in the house by yourself.
Isolated.
Yeah.
That's self-isolation.
With all of this in your
had to
head.
do.
Yeah, with all of that in your head, trying to figure it all out. But I remember the first time I started playing the drums, I remember it just like I could almost see my mama smiling. Like I could just see. Sometimes when I'm playing, that's another reason. Like I close my eyes and it's just like you're face to face with ancestors. It's just like it takes you to a different zone. It takes me. Let me speak to myself. Like it just takes me to a different spot. I don't know. It makes me so completely happy and so completely peaceful. My neighbors might be sick of me, but oh well.
But they'll feel that. They're going to feel the beat. They're going to feel the rhythm. They're going to feel everything that you actually feel.
Yeah.
They might not understand it, but they will.
Yeah, they don't complain. It's like, we hear you over there, but it's all good.
And we're going to pause for a quick commercial break. And I just want to say, guys, if you are enjoying this episode of Good Vibes by Slang, please check me out on YouTube. Also, go to my website. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please visit goodvibeslang.com, where you can sign up to be a guest to come on the show today. And as always, thank you for your countless and endless support. I'm also on all social media platforms as well. All right, guys, and we're back with our guest, Miss Paula Jones, and she is here talking about the Djembe West African drum and her experience of how it has healed her and how it's gotten her through some dark times and to this point where she is pure joy. So let's talk about it. Get into it. So you said recapping back in 2020.
Yeah.
That was a tough time for all of us. Like we're going through COVID. It's the height of COVID.
Right.
We're all self-isolating into the house. You can't be social. Like everything that you knew and loved to do, now it's stopped. It's gone.
It's a non-factor.
And you're home. You just had to experience the death of your mom. Mm-hmm. And you're there by yourself.
By myself. I remember I was by myself in the backyard drinking some vodka and cranberry juice. That's what I was doing with my mama's dog, which was my brother's dog, who I lost in 2020. And I remember sitting in the back because I was always like, I always call myself a socialholic. Like I love being out and about. I love socializing. I like being in the streets. I like just, meeting new people. I just love it.
Social butterfly.
Yes, I love it. And I remember sitting outside in the backyard and it was like midnight and I go to bed on time religiously. And I couldn't sleep anymore. And I was sitting out there and I was thinking like, God. Like I said, I was drinking. I remember a vodka and cranberry, and I was thinking, you know what? This is not making me happy. Like, it's not making me feel my social happy self. And I
Right.
got up the next day, and I remember I called a grief counselor, alcohol and substance abuse counselor, and a life coach. I like signed up everybody the next day. I'm like, let's figure this thing out, and just kind of walk through the process of understanding like why I was feeling the way I was feeling, why I was processing the way I was processing, and I mean, everybody was suffering from the isolation, but then I think the post-traumatic stress piece of it, having lost my mom tragically in a house fire and then being kind of trapped at home by myself with the dog, just me. I was like, this is not working. But one of the things when I did get counseling, one of the counselors told me, because when I talked to the alcohol and substance abuse, he said, well, I wouldn't consider you an alcoholic. He said, this is a situational ship. He said, but if you feel like you have an issue drinking, then and you feel like you're like a socialholic or whatever, then if you're not with people, don't drink. And I was like, good point. And the other thing that my life coach told me, she said, you're so used to being there for everybody else. It's time for you to tell people that you need people, that you need them. And I remember that being like one of my homework assignments. And the day that I did, like I had to individually talk to my friends, like, okay, like I am struggling being here by myself. And from that point forward, probably for about 3 months straight, I was never alone. Like my family, my friends, they took shifts. They were always at my house. They were spending the night, leaving from my house, driving to go to work to the other side of town, whatever. But you know, they showed up.
Wow.
And that literally,
that's amazing. That's amazing. That speaks to the type of person you are and the character of you, that you have friends that would come to you during that time where you needed them, because you're the strong one. And you the one has always been there for everybody else. And then in this instance, you had the courage to say, hey, I need help.
And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Asking
Paula,
for help wasn't easy. That was
oh my God, you're speaking to my soul.
It literally had to be an assignment from my coach. Like I had to write it down and check it off to say that, yes, I did that. And for my friends that really knew me, even some of them would come, like, we already know you just want to be by yourself. So I'm upstairs, but just know you're not alone. Right. You know, just you're not by yourself.
Someone's here. If you want to talk to, if you want to talk, if you don't want to talk, just I'm downstairs. I'll be here. That's so I'm there for you.
And they showed up, and I still thank God. I thank God every day. Like I have some of the most amazing friends on the planet. Like
that's awesome.
Period. When I lost my baby brother, before I got home, like my friend was already there, and the other friends left work. They came to my house, packed me up, drove me to Austin.
Wow.
You know, husbands, all of that aside, they was there for me 100%. So I think about that. I had my 50th birthday party right here at this library, and I remember going home and looking at those pictures, and it took me, and it still takes me, like even when I look at those pictures, it just like that many people that care,
that love you. Yeah, that love you. It is so amazing. You are truly blessed. And happy 50th. And you look amazing. And I mean, that smile is contagious. Like anybody that sees you or talks to you, the smile, the laugh, it's so catchy. We can't help but to just smile and feel the joy with the laughter and everything. So that is amazing, Paula. I'm so thankful that we have gotten the chance to connect.
Me too.
Because listen, like, I believe people come into your life. God brings people into your life for a reason, a season, a lifetime, whatever it may be, for you to learn a lesson. Yeah. And I am so grateful for you. We do have someone in common. You're friends with my cousin. Yes. So that's how we got connected. But ever since then, you've been reaching out and sending me information on stuff and just really guiding me and being a support system. And I want to thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
Because this journey of podcasting and having your own YouTube channel, guys, it is not for the faint of heart.
I can't imagine.
It looks easy.
No, it doesn't.
But behind the scenes, there is a lot of work that goes into this. And I just want to tell you guys, I could not have done this without supporters like Paula, the viewers, my friends and family, for always constantly telling me, keep going. Like, don't stop. Keep moving forward. Yeah. There's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be hiccups and things that happen. Life happens.
All day, every day.
But it's like, they keep saying, keep moving
Yeah,
forward.
it's important to have that support. It's important to be that support. And when people see that you need support, like
Yeah.
the reciprocal energy that you get,
Yeah.
you know, and that's one of the things that I always kind of like, if I label myself anything, it's like, I like to think that I'm a bridge because I like to connect people, connect things. And even when I saw that they were doing podcasts here free, I was like, oh, want to tell Shantae? Like, Shantae, girl, let me, I'm everybody that I know that like,
Look at God.
I always say that's my price range right there,
Right.
girl. Free.
Yes.
That's
Free,
my
free,
price
free,
range.
free.
Yeah, that's my
Free.
price range.
You notice free, that part. So absolutely. So
Yes.
thank you for thinking about me when it came up
Oh,
and you were like,
yeah.
hey, just reached out. So again, I am so truly blessed to have you in my life and as a support system. Now, honey, I want to get into some drumming before we wrap. I want to get into some drumming. And I also would be remiss if I don't talk about your book.
Yay.
So we're going to talk about it, get into it. The Power for Life.
Yes.
Tell me what inspired you to write Power for Life.
You know what? It was a goal on my vision board one year. I do a vision board party every year, and people always like, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. I've written for people like throughout the years, and I've always written as just like a source of release. So when I put it on my vision board that I need to publish my book, then I was like, okay, do I need to write a whole nother book, or do I just need to pull from what I already have? And that's what I did. Like, I have hundreds of essays that I've written just over time, and I pulled a collection of them together and I submitted it to a publisher, worked with a publisher. We went through, edited some and grouped them. And it's just a collection of stories that really embody my life and who I am and just different places I was in different moments of my life and lessons. Everything has a lesson that I've learned, like how I've turned whatever the story into a source of power, into a source of a lesson, like, you know, a way to get from one end to the next.
Absolutely. So where can our viewers find the book if they want to purchase the book?
You can purchase the book on Amazon.com. Power for Life by Paula Jones. It is available for purchase. So you can get it in the paper copy or the electronic copy. So
please purchase Miss Paula Jones' book. It is amazing, filled with lots of life lessons that I know we all can learn from. We all will be able to relate. We all have gone through. We all have a story to share, and Miss Paula Jones is sharing it in her book, Power for Life. So make sure you guys check it out on Amazon. I can't wait to see you continue to grow, continue to walk your path, continue to get the drum to heal us and move us and inspire all. But before we get out of here, I do want, because I believe in affirmations.
Yes.
I believe in the power of affirmation to
Me too.
speak things into existence. Before it's there, you have to think about it. You have to have the thought. It comes into your mind. You have to speak it into existence, and then you will start seeing it come into existence.
Period.
So what are some of the affirmation, or what is a prominent affirmation that you say to yourself every day?
Every morning before I get out of my bed, before I do anything, I have a little spiral next to me. It sleeps with me. And I wake up every morning and I write 5 affirmations. The first one being, I play the djembe orchestra well, because that is my dream, like to get this down. But one that's carried over for me is, opportunity, understanding, love, and provision flow to me easy, often, and abundantly. I say that every day. And then my favorite one is, I am loved, loving, and lovable.
Say that again for the viewers, because we need that.
Yeah, and I think everybody should be able to say that I am loved, loved, loving, and lovable. And every time I write those, I make sure that I have a vision of me being in each of those things, like being loved to a person, being loved by a person, being loving to someone or community, and just being lovable and able to accept love. Because a lot of times we don't actually, I mean, you think you are lovable, but like it can be something that you reject because you think you're not deserving of it. And I'm just like, okay, am I really worthy of all of that? So just every time I write those things and I say those things, I make sure that I embody or envision each of those actions happening at that time, like just seeing an experience or reliving an experience where those things
felt where you can actually feel it.
Yeah.
So that way you get the full package of it. You're speaking it, you're feeling it, you're there, you're already accepted because it's already written, it's already happening.
Yep.
So I love that.
Just like, even when I say opportunity, understanding that is broad, but even writing, I did that for the entire year in 2024. I wrote that every single day. I wrote an actual whole page of that one particular affirmation every day. But so many opportunities came toward me and understanding, and that's vague but very huge, because I want to understand the drum. I want to understand how people respond to me. I want to understand what my place is in the community. So just understanding and being open to understanding, because I do realize that when I first started playing the drums, I had such a mental block, because I'm around these musicians and around these people that have been playing and they've been doing this forever and they understand music and they've played a piano or a guitar. And I'm like, oh,
a little intimidating, a little bit. Like, you like
imposter syndrome, like a mug, and just, I'm serious. Like I tell everybody, and I still to this day, I'm like, I'll cry in a heartbeat in class. I'm just like, well, I can't figure this out. But just let giving myself that permission, and like understanding will come. Like understanding will, it'll get there. It'll come, and it has worked. Like my understanding has gotten better. I've gotten so many opportunities. We've been able to play this drum all over the Metroplex I started a class in November and we were already performing. Like, well, I have a good teacher, but in that following December, like at Kwanzaa, 2 months later. But in 2024, we did Juneteenth, we did Kwanzaa, we did the Kwanzaa here at this library.
Oh, wow.
And it was beautiful.
Okay, that's awesome. So any upcoming events that we can check out or that you want us to look into?
So I will be at SMU next week. They have a Dallas Literary Fest.
Okay.
And I'm going to be taking my drum and doing one of the intermission sessions. They have children coming from a whole bunch of schools. So I'll be doing that. And we're every Sunday at Pan African. And for anyone who's interested in learning these classes, my teacher does an absolutely free class every Saturday at the South Dallas Cultural Center from 12 to 3. And it's a phenomenal opportunity to be under the tutelage of one of the best drummers I just absolutely love. And he's an amazing teacher. He's a amazing musician, just all around.
And what was his name again?
Sa'ank Rasa.
Sa'ank Rasa. And you can find him where at?
You can find him on social media too. Rasa Music, Sa'ank Rasa. His name is S with a dash and then Ankh, so it's pretty easy to find him. Okay. Last name Rasa. But he's amazing. He's amazing, and he's so patient with me. Well, maybe he probably gets tired of me.
He said he made me tired of you, but you keep going. You like I'm still here. I'm back,
honey. And like I told him this Saturday, like this opportunity is not lost on me. Like to be able to go sit under the tutelage of an individual with this much knowledge and this much experience, and for no reason. Like this, he said, this is his contribution to the culture. He didn't have to do this. He's gigged out 7 days a week. He's fully busy. He leaves a gig to come teach us and go to a gig. He's busy, but he fits this into his life so that we could fit it into our life. And his only request is that we learn it, be proper about it, be serious about what you're learning, understand the culture, understand the background, and then share that with the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it goes back to the African proverb, it takes a village.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. And he is creating a village.
He's created one.
Of people that are learning to play the drum and go spread the joy, spread the message, tell about it, spread that it's not only just playing the drum, it's culture behind this.
It's culture.
It's healing behind this. It's spirituality behind this. It's so many things wrapped into playing the djembe drum.
And one of the things that he always emphasizes is that you can't do this music alone. Like, although I stay at home and I practice by myself, but this djembe, it's a orchestra, a djembe orchestra. So there are the djembe drums, and then there's a set of 3 drums that are dunduns, there's balafon, shakeré. There's a whole orchestra of instruments that embody this particular style of music, this percussion set. So he teaches not only that you learn to play the djembe, we learn all the other instruments, but it takes a village, and you cannot play this alone. You can't do it alone. And that in and of itself is a lesson.
Absolutely.
That in and of itself.
That's an amazing lesson.
You can't do it alone.
And I'll tell you, you spoke to me earlier when you talked about not being able to ask for help.
Yeah.
Because that, oh my God, that's me. Oh my God. I'm like, ooh.
It just like,
and you got to dig, you got to dig deep,
man,
to
and
get
pull
down there
something out,
pull,
and it
just to ask for help.
It's like it's coming up with rocks and ashes.
Yes,
It's
just to say help, but we
yeah,
all need
we
help.
do.
We need
We
help,
do.
and the sooner we can get out of our own way,
Mm-hmm.
of that fear,
Mm-hmm.
of feeling maybe we might get rejected,
Yes, the fear of
the fear of
rejection.
rejection,
The
or the
fear of
fear, or
rejection.
that people won't come to our help,
Right.
or won't be able to assist us.
Yeah.
The sooner we can get past that, the better off we be. I have
Yeah.
some friends that constantly are telling me that because
Mhm.
I'm that person
Yeah.
that will try to do it all
Suffer in
myself,
silence.
suffer in
Trying to
silence.
figure it all out
I'm over here trying to figure stuff out. I'm over here
that you don't
suffering
even need to
and
figure
don't
out.
need to do that. And a friend of mine said, Shantae, you have to open your mouth.
Yeah. Period.
Period. She said,
Period.
open your mouth.
Yeah.
You have
And people are waiting
people
to help.
She was like, you have so many people that love you and support you. We don't know there's a problem. We don't know you
Yep.
help unless you say
And
something.
people are waiting. And then it's and the conversations that you tell yourself that are so overwhelming. And when I have to rationalize, like if a person came to me with this, I wouldn't think twice about it.
About helping.
I
About
wouldn't
jumping
think,
into
I wouldn't
assist.
think twice
It
about
wouldn't-
it. Like, I don't even care what the situation. I wouldn't think twice. Like, okay, girl, let's get it.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I have to learn. I've always been like a girl's girl, but like I tell people, they're like, well, I can't hang out. I can't make friends with girls. Well, you got a problem in the mirror.
That's
Because
what
it's
you
just
need to, exactly. Because
in the mirror.
listen, we go through the same things. We're experiencing so much part of life, the menopause, the perimenopausal symptoms. We are
Everything.
going through so much. And if you
Everything.
don't open your mouth and
And
talk
tell
to people
somebody.
and tell people what you're going through
Ooh,
and have somebody just be a listening ear, and then you never know that
They
person
got
you talk to, they
advice,
got advice. They're
yes.
like, I'm glad you said that because
Yes.
I'm experiencing those same symptoms.
that is one of the favorite things we have, like with our walk group, our little exercise group. I have so
Yes.
many little pods and pockets of people, but just to be around them, and we call it our therapy session. Like,
Okay.
girl, we need this therapy session. Come on, we can walk. We got to talk. Because I'm like, you finding out what's going on in people's lives, finding out
Right.
what's going on with people's family. And then you become a resource. Like, we are all resources with, just period. And everybody has a wealth of knowledge and expertise and things that they're bringing to the group.
Right.
And it's just, I miss my girls. We don't walk like this morning. We didn't walk this morning because I had those stupid shots. But I was just not feeling good. But I miss it. Like, I miss community. That was part of what was happening during COVID. Like, I know everybody miss community, but as a
Right.
single person, like, my life is being social and getting out, like networking and being at
Right.
events and seeing what's going on, and to be stop.
Right. That was
Ooh,
very tough. I already know.
honey.
But tell me about the walk group. So how often are you guys walking? What's the
So-
name of y'all group? Y'all got a club? Is it a walk
Yeah,
club?
we do. So
Okay.
there's a Cedar Hill Run Club, and we are the walking ministry. I'm the head of the walking ministry.
The walking ministry. I need to get in on
We
that.
call it the morning miles, but we meet at 4:50 a.m. Over the last few months, we've been actually, when it got cold and we wasn't going outside. But one of the ladies that I walk with is a personal trainer. So we do 3 days a week. We'll come meet and work out, and then the other 2 days we'll go walk. But 4:50 a.m. in the mornings, we going in circles and talking and walking and getting our whole life together that morning. Like, we
In
got
the
a whole
morning.
hour to get our life together. We're going to figure the whole world's problem out. We're going to solve all the solutions for everything.
Walking.
And then we go home and work and get through the day.
And it helps you get through the day.
Yeah.
Now, how many women are in the walk group? How
like,
many?
Our group chat is like, it's maybe about 15 of us.
Okay.
And then there's another group that's out there, BGR, Black Girl Run. And then the Cedar Hill Run group is, I don't know, it's probably a couple thousand people in there. But, it's just, they just post it on Facebook and say, hey, we finna walk here. We're going to run there. We're going to.
And then people just meet up,
show up,
gather.
yeah.
That's that community.
Yes,
That's the
it
community
is.
of
It
people
is.
that you need to surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Positive people, uplifting, supportive, that are there for you. So
Yep.
I love that. I love that sisterhood. I
do
love
too.
that community feel. Now I'm gonna have to try to work on getting up at 450.
Yeah, a lot of people have to say they look at us like,
Like,
girl, no.
Look, 450. I don't
We
know
have
if
to
I've
go to
seen 450
work.
before. I know.
I gotta work. And I'm a morning person. I was struggling. Yeah, I struggle in the evening to do anything. Even I love my drum.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, I'm so sleepy because musicians are night people.
Oh yeah.
I said, y'all, I'm gonna be playing in nursing homes, daycares, baby
You
showers.
playing wherever you can play during the day. The daytime.
The day set. I'm workshops or something because
That's awesome.
It's fun though.
So this has been a pure joy session for me and the Good Vibes show. Anything else that you're doing out, ma'am, that you want to tell our viewers about, or any more upcoming things you got going on? Because I know you very
Well, so
very
I
active.
do have a Facebook group called the Southside Gals. So I manage that, and whenever we do different events, I love to do stuff locally. I live here in Cedar Hill, so one of the ladies in my walk group owns a restaurant. We did a meetup last week for Women's History Month at her restaurant. Just I love to support. Like if it's a way to support, so I posted on a couple of my Facebook groups. So you can find me on my Facebook groups. I'm also on the Cedar Hill Girls Night Out. I have a travel group called the First 4 to 8. I used to book a lot of group travel because I love to travel, but all my travel this year is going to be centered around drums. So if you want to go with me, we're going somewhere to watch the drums.
Somewhere where the drums are at.
Take a drum class. We're going to New York in May to go. I'm excited.
Okay, she'll be in New York. We're traveling. At some point, we're going to get to Africa.
Yes.
To visit Africa.
Yes.
Amazing.
This year, I have to.
Absolutely. So what part? What we looking?
Probably Senegal, because I want to drum.
I love it. Senegal is amazing country to visit. Been to Senegal, been to the Gambia.
Yes.
If you haven't been to West Africa, you will absolutely love it. So I recommend that for everyone to travel. If you're going to travel, please visit West Africa. It's amazing.
It's on my list.
Absolutely. So, well, we're going to finish out, ma'am. Tell the viewers where all your social platforms, where they can find you at, if they want to check you out. We've got the book. We're going to purchase the book to show our support. And we're going to visit her on her social site so we can let her know that we appreciate everything that you're doing in the community, bringing us women together, bringing the culture together, educating us, and just being a friend to all. So let us know.
Thank you. So on social media, it's just my name, Paula Jones. On Instagram, it is PFL, which is the acronym for my book, Powerful Life. And same thing on Facebook, Paula Jones, LinkedIn, all of the above. We'll tag it in the video. But yeah,
I love it.
Basic here under my own name.
Good vibes. We're wrapping up another amazing show with another amazing guest, Miss Paula Jones. Thank you all for all your support. Continue to support the channel, the YouTube channel. Again, visit me on my social media sites. I'm on there. You can find me Good Vibes Slang. You can go to visit my website, goodvibesslang.com, to book to be a guest on the show. Or if you know anyone that you feel has positive energy, great vibes, and that really would want to get their message out and talk about what they do and how they can impact someone's life, change someone's life, and be just a blessing to someone, please let them know to come on the Good Vibes show, because I love to have them. I love to hear their story, and I love to celebrate them. Now, Paula, you're gonna have to beat the drums so we can hear some drums on our way out as we end the Good Vibe session. What you got? Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Tune in for our next show, Good Vibes by Slang. Thank you. Have an amazing day. Bye. Oh, that was awesome. How you feeling?
Good.
Feel better about this flow a little bit differently? I love that drum.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get up, pop, pop, pop. I love it.
I love my little drum.
Yay! Thank you. That was awesome. I love it. Absolutely love it. Woo! What y'all think? Could y'all hear?